Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed, but Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, then she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split of side clean up to my hip. It was red velvet trim and it fit me good. Standing back off the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down." She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down." And Mama died a little bit of perfume on my neck, then she kissed my cheek. And then I saw the tears welling up in her troubled eyes as she started to speak. She looked at a pitiful shack and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. She said, "Your pa's wrong, dog. I'm real sick and the baby's gonna starve to death." She handed me a heart-shaped locket and said, "To die on self be true." And then I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across the toe of my high-heeled shoe. It sounded like somebody else was talking, asking, "Mama, what do I do?" She said, "Just be nice to the gentleman, fancy. They'll be nice to you." She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down. Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do. But if you want out, well, it's up to you. Now don't let me down now. Your mama's gonna move you uptown." Well, that was the last time I saw my mom when I left that rickety shack. Welfare people came and took the baby. Mama died and I ain't been back. But the wheels of fate had started to turn, and for me there was no way out. It wasn't very long till I knew exactly what my mama been talking about. I knew what I had to do when I made myself this solemn vow. I was gonna be a lady someday, though I didn't know when or how. But I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with my hair hung down in shame. You know, I might have been born just plain white trash, but fancy wasn't my name. She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down." It wasn't long after 11 the man took me in off the streets. 1 week later, I was pouring tea in his 5-room hotel suite. I charmed a king, a congressman, and an occasional aristocrat. And then I got me a Georgia mansion and an elegant New York townhouse flat, and I ain't done bad. Now in this world, there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that call me bad and criticize Mama for turning me out, no matter how little we had. But though I had to worry about nothing for now, all 15 years, I could still hear the desperation in my poor mama's voice ringing in my ears. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do. But if you want out, well, it's up to you. Now don't let me down, hon. Your mama's gonna move you uptown. Oh, and I guess she did.